And we are live in Pine Grove, West Virginia, where the South Harrison Hawks have traveled to take on the Valley Wetzel Lumberjacks. Good evening. I'm Tom Sears. Alongside me, as always, Danny Knight. Danny had a few technical issues to start, but I think maybe we've got it under control. We hope.
Definitely hope so. It's going to be a great game here tonight. It's gorgeous weather. Fall has arrived. At least it seems like it. And the Hawks, big game tonight, a chance to get over 500.
Yeah, it's huge. Get their third win on the season. And as you mentioned, it would be the first time there for Coach Underwood to up his record above 500 in his career.
Yeah, be a three-game winning streak. Just a lot of positive things happening. It's a team that's much improved over last season. I think the coaching staff deserves a lot of credit. I think that would be a great thing for Coach Underwood. I'm sure he'd be excited to get above 500. I think more than that, he just would be excited to get that third win in a row for this football team.
I think that's very well said. Just get the win. That's really all that matters. Come up here and get out of here injury-free. We're about 7.5 minutes away from kickoff, and football's not the only thing happening around the campus of South Harrison High School. Danny, you are in your third year as the golf coach there, and this year you have a state qualifier.
Yeah, we're very excited about the fact that Dakota McNeamer, junior at South Harrison, qualified at the regional for the state golf tournament, which is going to be this coming Tuesday and Wednesday in Wheeling at Oglebay at the Jones course. He was actually the low medalist at the regional with an 83 and qualified again as an individual to go play in the state tournament. So it's an honor for him, and I'm really excited for him because he's worked really hard. He loves the game. He's passionate about it, works at it, and it's paid off for him.
Really has. And honestly, if you think about where the program was when you took over 3 years ago, it was a question of whether they were even going to have a team or not.
Yeah, really, the program was not going to happen at all. They were not going to have a golf team. It was coming up close to the season, and we were able to work it out to where we could get something going. Had a few golfers come out that season. We've just been able to build from there, and got to this point where we're very competitive, and now to have a young man qualify and represent South Harrison at the state tournament is a really good thing.
Moving forward, what can you expect as far as what does the state tournament look like?
So for him as an individual, he's basically going there to play to try to either be the individual state champion or an all-state golfer. The low medalist, whoever has the best score, would be the individual state champion, and then the next 6 scores would all be all-state. So that's what he's going to be playing for, and I think he has a shot if he goes and has a good couple days.
Awesome. That is phenomenal. Well, congratulations to you and to Dakota and the entire golf team, because it is really it's a team accomplishment.
It is. The other kids are really excited for Dakota, and they're all part of it, and we're excited. We're a young team with a lot of improvement. Next year, from a team perspective, we're legitimately going to have a chance to qualify as a state contender. I want to mention, Ethan Titus had a tremendous regional round as well. He shot a 90. Really, if you take the top 2 scores from all the teams, we were number 1 in the region. So those 2 young men played great.
So let me stop you right there. So you had the best score in the region?
With those 2 kids, we had the best score.
Oh, I see.
If you just did the 2 scores. And Dakota, as an individual, did have the best score.
I see.
And so, but we're young. Everyone's going to be back next year. We got 2 sophomores, Zach Carpenter and Luke Messenger, who are working very hard and have fallen in love with the game, and they're going to come back next year much improved, and along with Ethan Titus and Dakota. We have a chance to be very good, qualify, and maybe make a run at the state championship. And I do want to mention we had one senior this season, Ethan Tyler, and he's been with me for 3 years, all 3 years. He has improved, Tom, so much from day one until now. He's represented us the last 2 seasons at the regional and in the conference, and he's just done really well. A great kid. But he's really been good for the team. He keeps everybody laughing all the time, and so I'm going to miss him. It's hard, you come to the end of the season, it's the end. You know how that is. So I'm going to miss him, but I definitely want to give him a shout out. Next season we'll miss having him there.
Absolutely. Well, again, Coach, congratulations. That's it's a tremendous honor to have that happen. It's not every day. It's not every season that happens. So congratulations to you and your team. South Harrison High School Hawks making their way onto the field as getting ready to kick things off here in Pine Grove, West Virginia. It is a beautiful fall evening. It's a little cooler this evening than I guarantee you that it was yesterday evening. I was on a bus. It's like 91, 92 degrees outside. It is the most, as you know, I've been on a lot of buses through my coaching career. It was the most miserable bus ride that I've ever been on.
Wow.
Not even close.
Wow. Yeah, it's not fun to be on a bus anyway, but at 90-plus degrees.
It was awful.
That's not fun, but where were you traveling to?
We were headed to Clay Battelle to take on the CBs in volleyball,
Okay. Volleyball is going very well. We need to talk about that as well. I mean, really, before we get into this game, I mean, you've done a tremendous job with the volleyball team, and I know it's been very successful. Talk some about that. I mean,
well, I'm very proud of the girls. You know, we took over 3 years ago, much like you did in golf. You went into golf, and I went into volleyball, and wow, it's been an experience. And these young ladies have proven to just, I don't know what the right word is. They make me nervous, but they're 12-2. They're sitting at 12-2 on the year, undefeated in their section. The only sectional opponent we haven't seen and or defeated is Doddridge County. We haven't played them. And so we like where we are in our sectional, and as you get into the middle of October, start pressing towards the end of October, you start thinking about sectional championships and the potential or the opportunity to play for a regional championship, which then would lead to a state tournament. And I don't want to think too far ahead, but I will back it up into this to the sectional tournament. These young ladies have a chance. They really do.
Absolutely, being undefeated against sectional foes so far. 12-2, so that's phenomenal. I know how far it's come in the 3 years. So kudos to you, and I know all the credit. You're going to give all the credit to the girls, and they've done a tremendous job. But I know you have as well. So good luck the rest of the way, and hoping to see you get that sectional championship and maybe beyond.
That would be awesome for the program and for these young ladies. We'll see what happens. But I am very proud of them. And the one thing I've tried to instill in them is the winning attitude. And no matter what happens next, and I say that because there's a lot of moving things in my life, but no matter what happens next, I'm going to feel very, very proud to have left behind an attitude of winning. Because I'm going to tell you something, it's not easy. Winning's not easy.
No, it's not.
And to be setting at 12-2 at the beginning of October, and it hasn't been pretty. It hasn't been pretty at all, honestly. But they've been able to hang around and find a way to get a win, and I'm just very proud of them.
That's what it's all about at the end of the day, getting a W. And so if they've battled for those wins, that's good, though. That's good preparation, because when you get in those tough games in the sectional and hopefully the regional, then you'll be battle tested. Speaking of battle tested, we got Coach Zach Hayhurst here. He's absolutely battle tested.
He absolutely is. The Hawks are going to kick it away to the Valley Wetzel Lumberjacks as we're set to get game number 5 underway. The kickoff into the hands of number 40. That's Gunnar Stillwagner, sophomore. And he gets up to about the 35-yard line. And we're going to do the best we can as far as calling down and distance, because angle's really poor here, and the field's difficult to tell, where they are. So
it is a challenge, but right off the bat here, we get to see a defensive unit from the Hawks that has really played tremendous football the last few games. So much improved over last season, so we'll see how they can set the tone for this game on this first drive.
Under center is the quarterback, Abe Satterfield. He's an experienced senior. Snap comes back. Handoff to the tailback, trying to get a number there.
Be interesting to see how this Lumberjack football team wants to attack this defense. It's been difficult to run against them, especially up the middle. That's where they attacked it on that first play. But I think if you're going to really have success against this Hawk defense, you're going to have to try to get to the outside, and I think you'll have to put the ball in the air as well.
On that run was number 9, senior running back David Sell, and he gains 3. Second down and 7. Handoff to big number 70, William Kuhn. Actually, at 74, Wyatt Dallison. He's 5'11", 265, just running hard. The Hawks handled it well. And I want to point out something, Danny. The Hawks actually won the toss, elected to kick it off, and then ran over to the sidelines, just fired up as fired up can be. I think that says something about the confidence they have right now on the defensive end.
Absolutely. They've really built that confidence up. And this has been an enthusiastic football team all season long, and I've really liked the passion they've played with, and they're trying to set the tone with that tonight on defense.
It's 3rd down and 5 from the 40. It's going to be a handoff. Caden Ryan in there on the tackle along with number 31, Hogshead. And a gain of 4 is going to bring up 4th down and 1. And the Lumberjacks will be forced to kick it away to the Hawks. Going back to receive the punt, McFadden and Jacob Haddix.
There's a little cross-buck action there in the backfield. Held the linebackers just for a second, but not long enough for them to get the first down. So the Hawk defense comes out, gets a 3-and-out on that first possession.
It's a high snap, but it's handled there. The punt is up and goes into the bleachers. So that's not going to work out the way that the coaching staff, Coach Miller there for the Lumberjacks, had hoped.
No, definitely not the start they wanted with a 3-and-out, and then just a really rough punt, like literally went into the South Harrison stands. But that gives the Hawks tremendous field position on their opening drive. It's an offense that has gotten better, but last week wasn't able to get very many points on the board. It was enough to get the win, but I think tonight, I'm sure the theme for them is finish. They did move the football, but they weren't able to get a lot of points on the board. I'm sure they're looking to change that tonight.
Back at the quarterback position, and I have an update on that, by the way. Jaron Robinson, he hands it off to Landon McFadden. Landon McFadden runs hard straight up the middle, tries to kick it out to the outside, but he's going to be brought down by number 59, Hunter Wood, the senior, able to wrap him up and bring him down. But a gain of about 2 on the play. Obviously,
McFadden's the heart and soul of this offense. He's going to get tons of touches here tonight, whether it's running it, catching it, throwing it. He touches it a lot, and he will tonight.
From their own 46-yard line, out of the pistol, snap back to Robinson. Toss back to McFadden, tries to get to the outside, cuts it back to the middle, back to the outside, and maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and it'll be 3rd down, so nothing happening there. And I'll tell you something, Danny, Valley Wetzel has some big kids up there on the line.
They do. They have really good size up front. Even their linebacking core, if you look at them, they're pretty big and athletic. They did a really good job. That was a toss sweep out to the right that time with McFadden. The defensive end did a great job turning it back inside, and then the pursuit from the linebackers was excellent. They got the stop. Obviously, all these teams, they're focused on McFadden. I mean, they know that's where the ball is going to go probably 85% of the time.
Trips to his left. Officially, it's 3rd and 9 from the 46. Snap back to Robinson. He rolls out, looks up the field. Throws it. It's caught by number 2, Caden Ryan, down to the 40 of the Lumberjacks, and that will be enough to move the chains for the South Harrison Hawks.
Great job. Very good route by Ryan. A really nice throw by the quarterback Robinson, rolling to his left, able to kind of get his feet set and fired it down the field. It was a strike, and they got the first down. And I tell you, that's improvement. I like seeing that. I think the more they can, expand their passing game, that can help this offense as the season goes on.
Robinson, 1st and 10 from the Lumberjack 40. Snap back, hands it off to McFadden. McFadden running straight up the middle. Big gang tackle, but not before he gets to about the 35, and he'll be brought down. Gain of about 5 will bring up 2nd down and 5.
And we've talked about it a lot. We feel like the key to this offense really going to the next level and being more explosive is to have more balance and a variety, some other kind of weapons to attack with. We think Robinson can be that. He's shown it with his feet and with his arm. So we'll see if they do more of that tonight.
2nd and 5 from the Lumberjack 35-yard line. In motion is Haddix. Hand off to McFadden. Helmet comes off of one of the Lumberjack players. Anyway, McFadden near the 30-yard line. He needs the 30 for the first down. He doesn't get it. He's about the 31. third down.
Yeah, last two plays have been the exact same play. Brought a back in motion, set him up really as a halfback then, and they just ran an off tackle behind him as a lead blocker. It's been successful these last two plays.
Snap back, hand off to McFadden. Straight up the middle, has the first down. Gets down to around the 20-yard line. Again, the chain's going to move, and Danny, the exact same play again, right?
Same play 3 times in a row. I'm sure they're saying, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's working. We're executing it. It's got to be frustrating for Valley Wetzel because I'm sure they're saying, well, we know what's coming, but they can't stop it. We'll see if they keep going back to that play, but it's definitely worked the last 3 times.
The Hawks moving the ball down the field very efficiently. 1st and 10 from the Lumberjack 20. Snap back, hand off to McFadden, straight up the middle, still on his feet, and into the end zone for a South Harrison touchdown. And wow, that was pretty good.
Very good drive. That's how you draw it up, and that was the same play again. The only difference is they ran it to the left side. Same result, actually a better result. He was able to get into the end zone. Really nice start to this game. We felt like the Hawks would be able to have success tonight. 3 and out on defense, touchdown drive on offense. That's how they wanted it to go.
Valley Wetzel going to have to settle in, or it could be a long evening for them. The Hawks, with very little resistance, move the football down the field. Now going to attempt the 2-point conversion. Snap back to Robinson, hand off to McFadden. McFadden into the end zone. 8-0 is your score. With 6:23 to go in the first, the Hawks just moving things right along here tonight.
Impressive drive. I mean, obviously the key to it, they ran 4 times in a row. The same play to McFadden off tackle, 3 times to the right, once to the left for the touchdown. But really the play of the drive, I think, was that big third down completion from Robinson to Ryan. They were able to get the initial first down there, and they rolled on from there.
8-0 is the score here in Pine Grove. The Hawks on the board first. Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lou and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning. Hawks lining up to kick it away. Kicking off for the Hawks, number 2, Caden Ryan. Kick is up. Short little kick into the hands of one of the Lumberjacks. Goes right through his hands. That's number 9, David Sell. But they're able to fall on top of it. And you mentioned it, I believe, last week, where it looks like this is exactly how the Hawks want to kick the football off.
They do. They're trying to bloop it somewhat over that first wave of return men kind of in the middle of the field. And I tell you, even before the kick, I wondered if they might be able to get it because there was a big gap there. A lot of the other teams have adjusted. Maybe, I don't know if Valley Wetzel has paid attention to the tape, but that's exactly how South Harrison's been kicking it all year.
First down and 10 from the Valley Wetzel 35-yard line. Handoff to the big man. That's number 74, Wyatt Dallison. And Dallison is stopped immediately. I think maybe he lost some yardage. We'll see where the spot is. It looks like a pretty favorable spot, but no gain on the play. Multiple Hawk defenders in there, including number 52, Christopher Stanley, and number 75, Trey Waller, able to hit him early. Second down.
It's a big running back for the Lumberjacks, and I think you can clearly see what they like to do, or what they want to do at least, is pound him up inside and wear the defense down. But that's been the strength of the Hawk defenses up the middle, so we'll see who wins that battle as the night goes on. Early, it's been the Hawks.
Satterfield, the quarterback, is under center. Hands it off again to Dallison. Dallison runs very, very hard. Big kid. He's wrapped up again by number 52, Christopher Stanley, and he gains maybe 3 on the play.
I mean, this looks like how they run their offense. We'll see. Again, it's kind of a, their strength and against our strength. The interior defense has been very good. But, we'll see how that goes because a running back like that can wear you down as the game goes on because you get tired of tackling that.
3rd down and 6. Need to convert here. Satterfield's going to try to roll out and pass it up the field. And he's going to be he tosses it at the last second to number 1, Gavin Streets. And that was almost a disaster for the Lumberjacks. Number 21, Noah Dyer, able to put some pressure on that receiver there and bring him down. But, Danny, that was almost a nightmare.
Yeah, as a coach, you really don't want your quarterback to do that. He threw it out with his left hand at the last second, just kind of threw it up there. I tell you what, the Hawks defense has done a really good job this year getting pressure on the quarterback, and that was the case there because I'll tell you, I don't know if you saw, but there was a receiver behind all the defenders open for a touchdown. Had they not had pressure on him, it could have been a big play for the Lumberjacks.
4th down and 9. The punt is up. Takes a South Harrison bounce.
Watch out. Here we go.
To McFadden to the 30. He's at the 40. A flag is thrown. He's at midfield looking for a blocker. He's down to the Lumberjack 40 and knocked out of bounds just inside the 40-yard line. But, again, there is some laundry on the field.
Probably going to be a block in the back, just where they threw it out. But that return was set up well to McFadden. I thought he may be able to go. It was very well set up, but obviously someone illegally blocked in the back.
Block in the back against the Hawks indeed. And that's going to bring it back there. We talked last week about the inconsistencies or the concerns that we had watching the offense. Really couldn't figure out what was happening, as far as what the Hawks were trying to accomplish offensively, as far as running Jaron Robinson in and off the field. And I found out that they were he was nurturing an injury.
Okay.
So and now everything makes sense, right? And we had said during the broadcast that Coach Underwood knew something that we didn't know, obviously. And we were trying to figure out, is it strategy? Are we some new look? But actually what it was an injury.
Yeah, we thought that could be the case. It was just hard to really discern it and tell. I did at one point see him messing with his hand. I don't know if that's where it was at, but nonetheless, hopefully he's fully healthy and can do everything tonight.
1st and 10 for the Hawks from their own 30. Robinson gets the snap and keeps it himself, runs straight ahead up to about the 35-yard line. I see you shaking your head over there, Danny. You like that.
I do. I just like them, mixing it around a little bit. Robinson, I really believe, can do it with his legs as well as his arm. And the more they do that, it just brings some diversity to this offense. It's going to keep teams off balance. I'm not saying you don't want to give it to McFadden a lot because I think you do. I mean, you want him to touch the ball as much as possible. But when these teams key on him so much, it should open other things up. The coaching staff sees that, and they're going to take advantage of it. 2nd
down and 5 from the 35. Snap back, handoff to number 21, Noah Dyer, who is churning and running hard. He gets up to about the 38-yard line, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 2.
McFadden on the sideline for those first 2 plays after the punt return, back on the field here for this 3rd down play.
8-0 is the score here in Pine Grove. The Hawks on top, and they have a 3rd down and 2 here. So far, they've been able to move the football with little resistance from this Lumberjack team. McFadden's going to get it. Snap back, hand off to McFadden, runs straight ahead. He's got a 1st down. He's up to the 45, stays on his feet, gets up to about the 46, and we knew who was getting it there.
That's the play they've run. That's at least the 5th time. They ran it 4 straight times last time. They bring one of the Hawk backs in motion, set him up behind the tackle, and use him as a lead blocker, and they give it to McFadden, as an off-tackle run. It's worked. I mean, it's very basic and simple. I mean, we know it's coming. The Lumberjacks know it's coming, but they cannot stop it.
And that has to be really frustrating.
Very frustrating, but kudos to the offensive line who gets the credit for that. They're executing it.
1st and 10 from their own 46. Snap back to Robinson. Robinson's going to keep it himself. He's got a lot of room. Still on his feet. Fumbles the football, and Valley Wetzel, no. Looks like Robinson maybe was able to fall back on top of it. But I actually pre-play said McFadden's going to get the football. and Jaron kept it himself. So they've been setting it up.
They have been. It was the exact same look, and the only difference is this time he didn't hand it to McFadden. He had 2 lead blockers, and Robinson kept it right there off tackle as well. Big play. He did fumble there at the end. Fortunate bounce right back to him, but that's a big run, and this Hawk offense seems to be clicking here tonight.
All the way down to the 22-yard line of the Lumberjacks. The Hawks are rolling indeed. Snap back, hand off to McFadden. McFadden able to get down to about, it looks like the 15-yard line.
McFadden with the carry for the Hawks. Stop made by
It's going to be a gain of about 5 for McFadden.
As an offensive coach, you love this because now you've run that play multiple times. You've really got the defense keying on it, and it's working, so you feel comfortable to call it. But then they ran the variation off of it with the quarterback keeping it. Obviously, you got a play-action pass off of that. I'm sure you can do some other things with it, and we'll see if they take advantage of that as the game goes on. But, again, we're here at the midpoint of the season, that identity really starting the show for the Hawk offense.
Snap back to Robinson. He passes into the hands of Caden Ryan. Looked like they were trying to set up a screen there.
Quick wide receiver screen. Valley Wetzel able to dodge the blocks out there, and Ryan really didn't have much room to move. But we are seeing, they have run the one play as the main bread and butter play, but they've mixed in some other runners. They've thrown it a couple times. So I like what I've seen from this offense, not only execution-wise, but the play calling as well.
That brings the first quarter to a close, and boy, did it fly by. But South Harrison is on top, 8-0 here over top the Lumberjacks. Second quarter when we come back. Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School. Hello, this is Tom Sears. I wear many hats, but I would like to speak to you about one of the more important ones. I just wanted to encourage you and let you know there is hope, and it's spelled J-E-S-U-S. He is your answer, your help, and he is your hope. I pastor at New Beginnings Church, and if you don't have a home church, I wanted to personally invite you to ours. We offer various ministries, but our focus is reaching people where they are. Our service begins at 10 a.m. on Sunday mornings, and we are located in Good Hope, and I hope to see you there. 8-0 is the score here in Pine Grove, and the Lumberjacks, they have their hands full here with this South Harrison team. They're rolling.
It's a South Harrison team on a 2-game winning streak, looking for 3 in a row. It's a team that is growing in confidence, and this offense expanding each week, and I think we're really seeing it start to click and come together more than we have all season long.
Be 3rd down and 6 from about the 18-yard line. Let's see what Coach Underwood has up his sleeve here. Snap back, and, of course, handoff to McFadden. Still on his feet, refusing to go down, even though he was wrapped up by like 5 Lumberjack defenders. And he gets up near the first down marker. Let's see. It's a bad angle. I can't tell. It looks like he's down to about the 12-yard line. Is that right? Yeah, he got a first down.
First down, yeah.
Wow.
It was a lot of leg churning there by McFadden. He really pushed the pile for those last couple yards to get the first down. And the Hawks are right back in business here deep in the red zone.
1st and 10 from the Lumberjack 12. Robinson's going to keep it himself. He's wrapped up and brought down. Looks like from my point of view here, it looks as though he's having a little difficulty holding the football.
It may be, you talked about nursing an injury, and I thought I saw him maybe fiddle with his hand last week. It may be something to do with that. And he just really focused on trying to hold on to the ball. And, I mean, they did strip it from him at the end of that one long run. So
gained a yard on that play, so it brings up 2nd and 9 from the 11-yard line. Snap back, hand off to McFadden. McFadden running hard, straight ahead, dancing near the goal line. Did he get in? They're going to say he's just short. But, wow, he just, in a very small space, he did a lot of dancing, and he was able to stay on his feet.
Able to, shake somebody out in a telephone booth there. Shake them. I mean, it was really tight
right,
space.
Yeah.
Good running by McFadden. We talk a lot about him. His abilities are excellent, and he's a fun player to watch carry the football.
So it's going to be 1st and goal. Looks like they've spotted the ball right around the 2. Hand off to McFadden, pretty much untouched into the end zone. The Hawks on the board again. I'll tell you, they're offensively, defensively, we've been seeing a ton of improvement week after week. Offensively tonight, they look good.
It's coming together and gelled. I think maybe with Robinson being more healthy, everything going their way, and I think the play calling's been good. I mean, I think that it's really starting to just, like I say, come together, gel, click, all the different words you can use for it. It's working.
The Hawks going for 2-point conversion attempt here. Looks like McFadden at the quarterback position. It's a high snap. McFadden running back to get it. Lumberjacks pick it up, so it'll be incomplete. Just a really high snap way over the head of Landon McFadden.
Way over his head. I think I like what McFadden did. I mean, he went after the ball, but he didn't overdo it. Those kind of things can be a time when you get hurt trying to pick the ball up, running away, and you got the defenders all on top of you. So you hate to see them not get the play, but, of course, with the 2-point conversion on the first touchdown, they're still up 14-0.
Just want to give
this is Tom Sears.
Just want to give a shout-out to the South Harrison High School Pep Club, who have traveled here to Pine Grove. They actually were able to bring a bus from the school here to Pine Grove, and some students from South Harrison High School were able to come out and cheer the Hawks on. And I'll tell you, they've created a bit of an atmosphere here in Pine Grove as we're sitting here talking. I don't know if the listeners at home can hear, but, I mean, they're active, they're involved, and I think that's something great to see.
It really is, and the Hawk fans have traveled very well. That you look over across the field, and those stands are full. But what's really impressive is that Pep Club there on the right, all the students standing up in a section, and you're absolutely right. They've created a really nice atmosphere tonight at this game.
Ryan kicks it away into the hands of number 4, Thomas Shannon. And Mr. Shannon met number 31, Zach Hogshead, and fast and in a hurry. So the Lumberjacks will start this drive from their own, it looks to be 33-yard line.
Just hasn't been much for them offensively. I mean, I'm going to give a lot of credit to the Hawk defense. But they're really attacking the Hawks right where South Harrison would want it, because they're very strong up the middle against the run, and that's all that Valley Wetzel has tried to do so far.
Satterfield with the handoff to Dallison, who's running hard. And you brought up something, Danny, and I think it's valid to point out. He is a big kid, big runner, wearing number 74, and he gained almost 5 yards there. And I think as the game goes on, I think you pointed it out correctly, he's going to be more and more difficult to bring down. He's going to wear you down. Here's the problem. Valley Wetzel may find themselves in such a big hole that this offensive strategy is not able to catch up.
I think that's absolutely their strategy, is to run him up the middle, and that they know as the game goes on that he'll wear people down. But, yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's already 14-0. I mean, he's probably not going to start wearing you down to that third or fourth quarter. The ball game could be over by that point.
2nd down and 6. Fakes the handoff to Dallas and does Satterfield and keeps it himself, and he's wrapped up, brought down by number 31, Zach Hogsett.
Faked it to Dallison up the middle and then ran an option play down the line of scrimmage. The quarterback decided to keep it. A little bit of space, not much. This Hawk defense has really done so much better this year tackling. And not only tackling, but I think they're physical, right? I mean, and that's what South Harrison football has always been about, is physical play. And I really see this team establishing that identity once again on the defensive side of being very, very physical.
3rd down and 3 from the 40-yard line. Lumberjacks desperately need a first down. Toss back to number 1, Gavin Streets, and Jacob Haddock's able to wrap him up. A gain of maybe 1. It's 4th down. They're going to punt it away again.
He was hit hard. You could even hear the Valley Wetzel fans go, "Hoo!" I mean, there was a big hit there at the end of the play. And again, I just goes along with what I was saying, is this Hawk defense has become very physical, and teams are starting to realize, hey, we're going to get hit, and we're going to get hit hard when we play South Harrison.
Timeout on the field. We will take one as well. South Harrison rolling here in Pine Grove. The score 14-0. Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lou and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning. Big shout out to our sponsors. Thank you so much for your support. It makes this broadcast possible. Continuing their support for multiple years has been Mountain State Land Surveying and Richards Heating and Air Conditioning. And we just brought on this year Hawks Nest out of Good Hope. So we'll talk more about that in a moment. Handoff to Dallison. He, I think, got the first down. So that's the first down for the Lumberjacks this evening.
It is, and that was somewhat of a bold call. It was 4th down in Hawk territory, but they felt comfortable that Dallison can get that yardage, and in fact they were correct, and he did. So that's the first down. We'll see if this offense for Valley Wetzel starts to open things up a little bit more, being down 2 scores.
Well, realistically, this strategy can work. Eat this clock up here in the first half, punch it into the end zone, down by a touchdown at halftime. I mean, I don't know, maybe. Satterfield gets a snap. Fumbles the football, does Dallas, and it looked like a bad handoff. He's able to grab a hold of it, but looks like he lost the yard on the play.
Lumberjacks lucky that wasn't a turnover. It was literally on his hip as he was trying to go up into the line of scrimmage. He did a good job. I'm really not sure how he held on to it because the Hawks were already there starting to hit him. But he was able to hold on, and they kept the football.
So officially no gain, 2nd down and 10 from the 44. Fakes the handoff to Dallison. There is a fumble, and the Lumberjacks fall back on top of it. But it's behind the line of scrimmage. Looks like a loss of about 3 on the play. And you get your first down, and then you just fall apart.
Yeah, poor execution on the last 2 plays with bad exchanges between the quarterback and the running back 2 times in a row. So, yeah, certainly I'm sure the coaching staff for Valley Wetzel not happy with that at all. I'm sure they'll talk about that in the locker room. But right now, what they've got to do is try to get another first down in a 3rd and long situation.
3rd down and 12. Looks like they'll go out of shotgun. 4 receivers, 2 to his right, 2 to his left. Streets in the backfield. Passes up, caught, fumbled. Hawks pick it up. That's Jaron Robinson. On his feet still, into the end zone. No laundry on the field. Touchdown. Coach Hathaway's defense able to get a score. And Coach Miller here is really frustrated for the Lumberjacks. I'm not sure what his argument is, but I guess we could start with the reception. Did the receiver have possession of the ball?
I think in his opinion it was an incomplete pass. It was very close. And I was on the other side of the field. I mean, he definitely had control of it for a second. The hit did cause it to pop out. I kind of was surprised that they called it a fumble. I thought they'd call it incomplete. But big play by the Hawk defense. You get spoiled by instant replay, right? I mean, because you're just like, oh, it's okay, don't worry, they'll fix it. And no, they can't. I mean, if they miss it, they miss it, and that's a lot of pressure on these high school officials because it's bang bang play.
It's a judgment call, very quickly,
bang bang, boom boom, and it's over. What do you want to do?
Well, I'm going to watch the Hawks try to convert this 2-point conversion.
Bang bang and boom boom.
All righty. Snap back to McFadden, and he's in. 2-point conversion attempt is good, and the Hawks now 22-0. We knew the Hawks would come in here tonight and be able to find some success, but I tell you, in my opinion, they are exceeding expectations here this evening. You agree?
I do agree. I thought they could come in here tonight and get a pretty easy win. They're dominating this first half thus far. I did not see that coming as well, but that's good. Again, this is a team that's improving, and with improvement comes confidence, and you know what that means. When you as a team build confidence and your coaching staff builds confidence, it makes you that much better. So, if they can hold on here and things look very, very good, they move to 3-2. We've kind of talked about that a lot already. Heading into the second half of the season on a 3-game win streak, a dangerous football team thinking playoffs, right?
Absolutely, and they're now in that playoff talk. You look at some of the power rankings, and I think they were setting at 12, something like that, after upping the record to 2-2. Of course, they had a lot of bonus points from Moorfield. They beat a good Moorfield team.
And then, we're already. I'm going to just real quickly. We'll look ahead until we'll have to pull ourselves back in. But I think next week is back at home against Ritchie County, right? Mm-hmm. Which would be a massive game because. Wow. That's a good football team, and that's a lot of points if you would get that win.
Excellent football team, absolutely. That's a great point. And Caden Ryan kicks it off. Looks like roll out of bounds. So yeah, you bring up a good point. Secure this win tonight, and again, we don't want to jump the gun. Anything can happen. It's 5:46 to go in the second quarter, but they are up 22-0, and there hasn't really been any signs that Valley Wetzel can slow the Hawks down. Scoring on both sides of the football right now. Ritchie County, excellent football team, had a battle with Doddridge County. It came down to the last minutes of the game. And you go back, the common opponent there is Doddridge. You go back to the Hawks season opener, struggled against Doddridge County. But they started really well. If you think back, to the very beginning of the game, they started really well. How much have they improved?
I think it's a different football team.
1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. The Lumberjacks going to look to get something going here. Under center is Satterfield. Toss back there. Then a pass up the field. A little trick play. Be a first down. Danny, I'll let you unpack that. It was a toss back to Gavin Streets and then thrown up the field to number 36, and I don't have his name. I don't have him on the roster. But anyway, there was a flag. Helmet-to-helmet contact against the Hawks, so that's going to give the Lumberjacks some yardage. So go ahead, unpack all that.
It was just a halfback pass. In essence, they tossed it out to the halfback. He was able to pass it down the field wide open. And they got a first down. Curious call I felt like there with the helmet to helmet. I didn't really see much of anything. I don't know if you did.
I did not, but I have a helmet-to-helmet story I'll share with you in a moment.
All right.
You just remind me. If you don't remind me, I'll forget.
Okay, I will try. I'll do my best.
Can you rub this off? Just kidding.
No.
That's a negative. Satterfield under center. Hand off to Dallison. No, it's a fake. He keeps it himself. Not a lot of speed there from Satterfield. I mean, we've seen him run a couple times. Not a whole lot happening. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe loses a yard. It's second down. The ball is down inside the 30 at about the 29.
Definitely some adjustments by the coaching staff for Valley Wetzel. Early on, they were just pounding Dallison up the middle, trying to wear the Hawk team out. We've talked about, you really can't keep doing that when you're down this many points. And so this time they've had a halfback pass. They're running the option. They're doing some different things. They realize now the urgency. And this really is a big drive. I mean, if they want to stay in this football game here tonight, I think they need to get a score right here.
Hand off again to Dallison. He's got some room, runs ahead, gains maybe 4 or 5 on the play. This is a Lumberjack team that comes in at 1-3, but the last time out, they were able to get a win against Bealsville, Ohio, 38-35. But they've lost to Tigers Valley, 52-27, lost to Cameron, 34-6, and lost to Clay Battelle, 27-20. So this is a struggling football team.
And that's how this game has started. Although they are having a little bit of success on this drive here. And, again, I think it's critical if this game's going to stay competitive that they put some points on the board.
3rd and 7 from the 25-yard line. Satterfield gets a snap, hands it off to Dallison. The Hawks in there really, really battling. Number 52, Christopher Stanley in there. Number 31, Zach Hogsett also in there battling. Hawks doing a great job of getting to the football. And it's going to be 4th down and 5. South Harrison's going to take the timeout. Coach Hathaway wants to talk about what's happening on the defensive end. All right, story time.
Okay.
So, helmet to helmet. Last night, the South Harrison middle school football team was playing Mountaineer Middle. And although I wasn't there because I had a volleyball game, okay, so it's 42-40. The Hawks have the football somewhere on the 30-something.
And who's up?
Mountaineer Middle's
Okay.
up. So it's 42-40. South Harrison has the football 30-something of Mountaineer Middle. And it ends up in the hands of Colton Hall, who's a tremendous athlete, the son of Ben Hall. I guess he gets down the field and then reverses field and gets into the end zone. Well, there's a flag on the play. And the quarterback for the Hawks is called for what I'm told is helmet-to-helmet contact. When I've talked to some of the people, and again, I wasn't there, so I don't know, but I've talked to some of the people, and they've said, you know what? The guy that he supposedly had helmet-to-helmet contact with was, like, so much taller than him. Like, you know, it would be impossible.
It would be difficult, yes.
So, anyway, they call it back, and the Hawks lose 42-40.
Where was the game at?
At South Harrison.
Oh, wow.
Snap back, hand off to Streets. He's trying to get to the outside. Jaron Robinson puts a hit on him, and then it's followed up by number 53, Jason Lassamar. There is a flag. It's a face mask, personal foul face mask against the Hawks, and that's going to give the Lumberjacks a first down.
It was 4th down and 5. The Hawks were all over that play. It was kind of a counteraction play. I mean, I like the call. They faked it to Dallison up the middle. Coming back across the field there was the other running back for Valley Wetzel. I'm kind of shaking my head a little bit. I didn't see a face mask. You start to feel like this is these officials are trying to keep them in this game. Now, I know that's bold to say, but I don't necessarily criticize the officials.
And what's your name?
What's my name?
Yeah.
No, my name's Danny. Yes,
Okay.
This is not Tom Sears saying this is Danny Knight, and I've come down here in basketball and seen the same type of stuff. So
I'm a little more vocal in those situations.
yes, you are.
Snap back, hand off to fake to Dallison, and Satterfield's going to pass it just over the head of his receiver, Incomplete, brings up 2nd down and 10. They are at the 15-yard line.
They've definitely opened the offense up on this drive, and knowing they have to, and they're right down 22-0. It would be big if they could get this score before the half to get back to within 2 touchdowns, get to the locker room, and possibly regroup and come out with some adjustments.
You have to go back to that play where the receiver, whether or not he did in fact have possession before he took that hit, and Robinson was able to scoop it up, really was a game changer. If they continue to get down the field and score, it's a one touchdown game. Satterfield is under center, 2nd and 10 from the 15, handoff to Dallas. So no, he fakes it into the end zone. Intended receiver there was number 12. And I don't have it was 82. That makes sense why he's not on the roster. Anyway, Jacob Haddix defending number 82, Brig Anderson, the freshman. Jacob Haddix put a hit on him. Incomplete pass.
These defensive backs are here tonight to put a hit on somebody. These receivers are definitely going to be thinking twice when they go to catch the ball.
I'm really, really proud of this South Harrison defensive unit. I mean, Coach Hathaway has really coached them up. I mean, it's obvious. You can see it.
It's remarkable, especially when you compare it to last season. There was a lot. We talked really all season long about the tackling, which it did improve some as the season went on. But this is just a totally different look on defense. I mean, they're solid tacklers. They'll hit you. They're very physical. And they've really just developed to be a very stingy defensive unit.
Timeout on the field. Valley Wetzel wants to talk about it. 2:48 to go here in the second quarter. 22-0 is the score. The Hawks on top of the Lumberjacks.
3rd down here, you got to wonder if they're going to try to put it back up in the air again. I mean, it's 3rd and, well, I guess they can get a first down at about the 4-yard line? Is that what it looks like to you?
I would say that's pretty close.
4 or 5.
It's very difficult to see from this angle. As a matter of fact, I don't even, from my angle, I can't even see the goal post. I mean, I have to lean out the window to see it. Yeah. So if something happens on that side.
You can come closer. It's okay.
Nah, we're okay. Thank you, though. I do appreciate the offer. But I decline. Anyway, snap back to Satterfield. Passes into the end zone. He's got a man. That's Streets, and it just goes right over his head. Haddock's able to actually put a hand on it. 4th down, you asked and answered. Will they go back to the air? They did. Incomplete.
I think they got to do it again here on 4th down as well. I mean, it was actually the receiver was somewhat open there. Pass was just really out ahead of him just a little bit too much. He got a hand on it. Then Haddock's had a hand on it as well. But I think they put it up in the air again here on 4th down, and they need this. They need these points to try to get this game back in some kind of competitive nature.
If nothing else, like you said, competitive nature, and try to get some confidence and momentum going in at halftime. 5 receivers. It's a low snap, and it went from bad to worse. Satterfield went to pick it up and went down to his knees to get it, and he's down.
Yeah, he didn't. It looked like there was time for him to maybe pick it up and try to do something. I think he was just like, I'm going to put a knee down here and be done. I mean, I think that's a cumulative effect of all the hits. They've had the hits on the receivers.
Yeah.
They've had some big hits on him. He's been under pressure. I mean, he's probably thinking, oh, they're going to be on top of me again, because they have been every time I drop back the pass.
Think about the cumulative effect. You think about this is the 5th game of the season for Valley Wetzel, and things haven't went their way.
True.
You know, when you're struggling like that, it takes a very – and I'm not saying – I don't know the case of the coaching situation here, but it takes a very special staff and group of players to stick with it and stay, engaged. And this is a football team that has some experience.
Yeah.
And they're struggling. Flag out there. Looks like a false start against the Hawks. Okay. I wasn't down there, so I don't know.
I didn't see it. I didn't even know that they had gotten to the point where they could get that type of call yet. But
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing.
Like they made that call as they broke the huddle.
Snap back. Robinson rolls out. He's going to pass. He's got a man. That's Caden Ryan. No, it's Jacob Haddix. And I can't tell. It's out of my – I can't see, so tell me what happened.
It's just Robinson rolled out to his left, and Haddix was there with an out pattern. About 5 yards down the field, made the catch. They pulled him out of bounds. So they got the 5 yards back from the penalty.
Okay. That makes sense now. I'm looking over there and nothing moved. But I guess it did move. 5 yards. Snap back to Robinson. He's going to pass it again deep. He's got a man. That's Caden Ryan. It is caught at midfield. Tremendous pass catch from Robinson to number 2, Caden Ryan. And
they got a penalty.
Holding against the Hawks. That was a really late flag, was it not? Like Ryan had already caught the football?
Caught the football. They moved the chains down the field, and the referee said, hold on a second. Here's the holding. No, it really was late. I didn't see it. Whatever. We're not trying. I mean, I know, obviously, we do the broadcast for the Hawks. We're Hawk fans, all that stuff, and I get that. But, like, yeah, sometimes it's just really, really bad calls. Let's talk about the positive, though. Ryan was wide open behind the defense, and the
Robinson's
ball was
arm. Look at that.
Very good arm strength. He threw that ball a good 40 yards in the air and put it on the mark.
Nice. You talk about him growing up. You talk about him evolving. Ladies and gentlemen, we're watching it right before our very eyes. But there's a penalty. The penalty brought us back to 2nd down and 22. And that's McFadden just trying to get some of those yards back. It'll be 3rd down, and I would say at this point the Hawks are going to be content to get into the locker room with a 22-point lead.
Yeah, I imagine they'll be very conservative in their play calling. Just try to get to the half. I mean, they're going to be happy up 22-0 if they can get hold on here in the rest of the half, and then they get the ball first to begin the second half.
They do. 3rd down, about 17, all the way back on their own 12-yard line. Tremendous pass catch play brought back by a holding call. Under a minute to go. Handoff to McFadden. He's got some room if he can turn that corner. And they've got the penalty yardage back, but it won't be enough to move the chains. And that'll be a 4th down. So the Hawks, because McFadden was out of bounds, will have to punt it away now. The clock stopped. Make sure you stay tuned for halftime. Danny's going to sing.
It's going to be a treat. I'm just going to tell you. I'll take requests. You can message in right now. Tell us what you want.
I have a song. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Because you're afraid I'll start singing it.
I am very afraid, yes. Tomaschek out on the field, the freshman, to punt it away for the first time this evening. Snap back. Nice punt. Takes a hop at midfield. And that's where Valley Wetzel is going to get the football, right around midfield. His Landon McFadden able to catch up with it. So we've talked about how the team is getting better, right? I remember at the start of the season, just the snaps to the punter were a disaster, but they're pretty consistent now.
It's gotten much, much better. They've improved in every area. And we talked briefly there about Ritchie County and how the common opponent of Doddridge County. I just think this is a different Hawk football team than we saw week 1 at Doddridge County. They're opening up their stadium. That's a really good team.
Yeah.
Difficult environment. They're parachuting everything in to the field. I mean, like hot dogs, hamburgers, footballs, penalty flags, like first downs.
What a beautiful facility.
It was really nice. It really was. But this is a different Hawk team. So I'm interested. I mean, if we can hold on here, that's going to be a really, really big game against Ritchie County at South Harrison next week.
1st and 10 from midfield. Satterfield's going to keep it. Runs ahead. Brought down by number 75, Trey Waller. And it looked like number 71, Gavin Velasquez, in there as well. Gain of 1 officially brings up 2nd down and 9. And the clock here in the first half ticking away. We'll see if they run another play. And they're going to, because they took a timeout.
They've got this. Here's what I think's happening. And they're get ready for a trick play. I mean, he called the timeout. They've got some kind of trick play they've been working on. He just wants to make sure they get it ready. He's thinking, hey, we got one more shot before the half. Let's pull it out. They're going to.
So the Hawks have been pretty dominating here in the first half. Offensively, for the most part, been able to do whatever they want to do, and even got a score on the defensive end of the ball. See what Valley Wetzel's got. Danny's calling for a trick play here.
I mean, if they don't call a trick play, I'm probably going to be upset.
Why?
Because you took a timeout.
I mean,
Do
can it not
something.
be
Don't
a
run it up
simple?
the middle.
Can it be a simple Hail Mary?
No, not. I won't be happy with that. I mean, you can just call a Hail Mary.
Snap back to Gavin Streets. I hope that's not part of the trick play, because if it is, it just went south. There was a fumble, and I'm trying. Wow, Nicholas Hess was able to get in there and bring him down. Wow.
Yeah, so there was 3 seconds on the clock. You don't run. You don't. It's a change of possession. You don't start the clock. You don't start the clock. I think both teams are fine with it, but that's not how that works.
So we've obviously every single week we see the coaches that work in the press box come through, and Coach McCaffrey and Coach Hayhurst, and there's a little pep in their step coming down tonight.
Yeah, you can see the enthusiasm with those guys. They're happy. They know they've been working hard, and it's fun as a coach to see that payoff on the field, and it did there in the first half.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll break things down, talk some West Virginia football, and see what else we can get into. South Harrison on top, 22-0. Stay tuned. Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School. Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lou and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning. 22-0 is the score here in Pine Grove. It is halftime. Not sure what that was. It was interesting. Anyway, the Hawks rolling. Danny, let's talk about that a little bit. And
great start to the game. The Hawk defense. The Hawks won the toss, deferred, brought that defensive unit out. They were able to get a 3-and-out, and then the offense just went to work, really running the same play on 5 of the plays down the field. Just an off-tackle run to McFadden at work. They got the touchdown. Key play on that drive, I thought, was the 3rd down pass completion to Caden Ryan. And the Hawks were off and rolling, and just that offense really looked good. That's the best they've looked so far this season, which is encouraging. And, of course, the defense continued its steady play.
Valley Wetzel, on the other hand, really struggling to find something that works against this Hawk team offensively and defensively. Well, let's shift gears a little bit, Danny. Let's talk some West Virginia football. The Mountaineers will be back in action tomorrow, playing host to the Texas Longhorns. And we've talked about it over the last several weeks about how Coach Brown has done a really good job thus far. A lot of people did not think they could start 3-1. They have. But number 11, Texas, coming to town. What do you think?
I think it's going to be a big challenge. I mean, there's no question. I'm excited about the game. I did not think coming into the season I would be excited for this game. I think West Virginia has a chance. I mean, I think we find out so much more. What we found out in the first 4 games is that Neil Brown's a very good coach.
Yes.
This team has done better than we anticipated. Just how good can they be and how far can they go? I think tomorrow really gives us an idea of that. If they somehow pull a win off tomorrow, I mean, wow. I mean, things really open up for them. It'll be very interesting. I don't know that I look for that to happen, but I just want to see how they come out competitively in this game. This is the first time we're going to get to see Neil Brown as a big-time home underdog. You like it. I mean, as a coach, I like that role. It's an opportunity to just surprise everybody. I'm sure this Mountaineer team's very fired up. You know the fans are. This has become a big-time rivalry with us in Texas, with all the horns down and all that kind of stuff. I think it's going to be a spirited football game tomorrow.
Well, if you go back and take a look at the North Carolina State game, Coach Brown referenced how important the crowd was in that game, and if you look back at that game, I remember thinking, "Wow, the crowd, the fans were amazing." Really need that tomorrow as well to get that home field advantage.
I agree, and I think it's funny because I think it's almost like the fans know, like, this team needs us a little bit more, and they were really pulling for the team that day. I was at the game, and I think tomorrow is going to be amped up that much more. It's going to be a great atmosphere. I hope the team can come out, perform, and really make that a really good game.
2 questions. First, do you think that Coach Brown's opinion of the horns down, where he stated that he felt it was disrespectful, does that put water on the fire of the fans, or are they still going to burn couches?
They're going to horns down and they're going to burn couches. It's not going to matter about that. I mean, I understand why Coach Brown said that. That's the right thing to say. Good job. He's just trying to, I think that's a great way to put some water on that. I mean, as a coach, you don't need all that stuff. As a fan base, you love it. I mean, I saw on Facebook today people got horns down cookies. I mean, it's
serious.
They're selling T-shirts.
Yep.
I mean, it's a thing. It's going to be a thing tomorrow. Maybe not from the players, but certainly from the fans. And if the Mountaineers should happen to win tomorrow, couches will burn in Morgantown.
Yes, they will.
Don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so the second question that I had that I think it's a relevant question. You can tell me what you think. Are we at a place right now in the program where tomorrow being competitive, playing well, but coming up short, I guess maybe I'm asking, are we okay with the moral victory right now?
Wow, that's tough. I don't like the term moral victory, and nobody likes that. Mm-hmm. But if I'm honest, I have to say yes. I think if they come in tomorrow and put up a really good game, it's very competitive, but they fall short maybe at the end, I think it gives us a barometer that, hey, this is a team that is able to compete with the upper echelon in the Big 12. And so that's very exciting going on down the season, because I think the longer that Coach Brown has, the better he can make this football team. So I think for me, it would mean something, yes.
Okay. 2 weeks to prepare for this team, right?
Yeah.
So have we seen the best of Neil Brown yet?
Probably not. I think that's why this is, sometimes coaches have an ability to pull off upsets. They have an ability if you give them time to prepare.
And he's proven that, right?
I feel like he has, and I think tomorrow really will be a real test of that. It's because of Neil Brown that I think they have a chance. Let me say it like that.
Okay.
The presence of Neil Brown, his ability to coach that I've seen thus far, makes me feel as though they have a chance.
So I sent you the press conference of Dana Holgorsen. Well, we talked about that last week.
Yes.
What were your thoughts after you watched it?
I mean, I think the text I sent back to you was wow.
Right, yeah.
It just, that's just not the demeanor I think that you really want to represent you as a coach or as a program. I mean, he was very, very frustrated.
I mean, he was the golden child coming back to Houston.
Right.
Everybody wanted him there. He wanted to be there. There was no secrets about that. But he's seeing some of the press and the media ask the tough questions now. He's definitely not performing at a level that everyone thought that he should. And, parallel that to Neil Brown, he's outperforming what people thought that he should. So we're starting to see the criticism of Dana Holgorsen in his hometown, right? I mean, where he wants to be.
The honeymoon's definitely over in Houston. Yes, that is fire that you are seeing.
Yes, it caught I was looking at you and I saw fire out of the corner of my
eyes. Well, that's
eyes.
usually people see fire when they see me. That's true. But no, the young lady for Valley Wetzel is twirling a baton of fire, of flames. She's doing an excellent job.
I would have already
easily distracted because I have no idea what we were talking about now.
I would have already set my hair on fire.
I would not have.
If I were down there right now, it would turn into an altogether different halftime performance that would involve EMTs and people running with buckets of water.
Right. Yeah, it's really dry. I mean, if that thing fell.
It's a good point. Oh, my Lord. That's awful. We're laughing about it, but
I think this field would spontaneously combust if she drops that thing.
We are in drought.
You're not supposed to burn.
No,
fire pits.
Governor Justice has called a state of emergency.
This is wrong. Forgive us, folks. Completely inappropriate.
I'm very visual, so
I see it.
When you said that, the first thing I thought was the field just full.
Now, and I have it. You talked about me singing. I want to sing.
We didn't start the fire. No, that would have been a good one.
This field is on fire.
Oh yeah.
I could never normally sing, but after you said it, and that's just perfect. And I know it was bad, but it's fun.
Yes. What in the world were we talking about?
West Virginia football, I think.
Okay.
Oh, and Holgorsen. And the honeymoon's over. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask this along that context. Don't you think that not only it's a rough start for him at 1-3, but don't you think the fact that Neil Brown's 3-1 plays a role in that here and there and throughout the country?
I mean, no matter what people on the outside are saying, coaches, for the most part, unless their egos are so stinking big that they just don't. But coaches, for the most part, are
mean Dana Holgorsen?
Well,
sorry,
very reflective.
Yes.
So just the internal pressure of knowing, listen, I legitimately left West Virginia because I knew I couldn't win. I knew that. So here I am in Houston. I'm not winning, and my replacement is.
Yeah, it's life is not pleasant right now for Mr. Holgorsen, is it?
No, and I'm not certain how long they will have pay. He's not going anywhere anytime soon.
No.
Let me clear that up. But how long will they put up with him?
Well, I mean, if the season goes this way the whole time, I mean, they're not going to fire him after year
they
one.
They fired a good coach to get him.
But they will. He'd be on the hot seat already after one season.
Wow. Did you see that Giovanni Stewart is talking about doing the same thing that some of the athletes at Houston are doing as a senior? Go ahead and redshirt and come back.
Well, I read that he was going to redshirt and maybe go someplace else.
Oh well, maybe I didn't see. I seen the red shirt.
I may have read that wrong, but either which way, I think that's a hit for us tomorrow. I mean, that's already been our starting safety, and he's played well. That has me concerned. I think my confidence was a little higher, but learning that knocks it down a little bit.
Well, I think that the way I read it, it was his decision. This is what he wants to do.
There was something. All I saw was he's not playing tomorrow because of personal reasons, and then considering the red shirt. So I don't know.
Wow,
that's kind of a weird thing, and it's bad timing for sure.
Well, I'm going to maybe make a prediction. If he goes somewhere else, I bet it's NC State.
Well, that's a good. I could see that.
He's Gibson's boy.
Yeah.
Gibson, build him. Really.
Right.
If you look at it, mean, he has a lot of love for Gibson. Gibson has a lot of love for him, and the player that he's become, you have to give credit to Tony Gibson.
Sure. I mean, Gibson, though, his defense didn't look real good Mountaineer Field against the Mountaineers, did it?
It did not. It did not. But that doesn't change the player-coach relationship.
The relationship, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's an interesting point. I think that could certainly be the case. Well, are we going to do any predictions on this game?
Yeah, we might as well. And I don't think they can win. No, let me say it this way. I think they can win. I'm not certain they're going to. So I'm going to pick Texas, and I hate it because there's nothing more I want than them to win, which is in part why I'm picking against them, because I'm hoping you will pick against them. And we both pick against them because the last time we did that, they won.
Yes, I'm absolutely going to pick against them. I think they can win. I feel the same as you. But, I mean, really, I think I would pick Texas anyway, but I feel like we definitely have to pick against West Virginia because once we did that last time, and I remember saying, like, well, now that we picked against them, then they'll probably win. They did. So we're probably going to predict against them every time. But I think Texas, but I feel that it's a closer ball game than what people anticipated, at least early in the season. I think it's tough. I'm going to call it 31-27 Texas.
I'll say 35-28.
Okay.
Texas,
yes.
And I hope we're wrong.
Absolutely, I love it. I would love to be wrong. When I was wrong last time, I got some Facebook messages. I hope I get those same messages tomorrow. Like, hey, what about your prediction now?
I agree.
Yep.
I hope you do.
Go Mountaineers.
Go Mountaineers.
Horns down.
Horns down. Burning couches. We do not advocate that.
No, really, back to the fire stuff. They burn couches. It's so dry.
You had to go bring that up again, didn't you?
Yeah, there we go.
All right, so let's take a look at some scores around the state. Pendleton County, the number one team in single A, leading Tucker County 28-0. That score in the second quarter. Doddridge County, the number two team in the state, leading Wirt County 20-0. That score also in the second quarter. Number three, Tulsa is trailing East Carter, Kentucky 13-6. And Tigers Valley holds on to win a close game against Richwood, 35-33. They were able to stop Richwood on a 2-point conversion attempt.
Wow.
To hold on for the win.
Good game. Tigers Valley, are they still undefeated?
They are.
Yeah.
5-0.
We've got them coming to Lost Creek.
And I mean,
in a couple weeks.
I was told it's the best team they've had there in 20 years. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know what that means.
I don't either. I mean, they haven't had a lot of very good teams in 20 years, but
I mean,
obviously this team's 5-0. They're winning the games they're in.
They're a couple wins.
Are they?
They're a couple wins away. They're ranked number 4 in the state of West Virginia. They're a couple wins away from playoffs.
This sets up, if this Hawk team from a playoff, there's so many points out there for this team. The schedule is much more conducive to win this year versus last year, but it's also more conducive to get to the playoffs because there's tons of points.
And it doesn't end with Tigers Valley, and we mentioned Ritchie County earlier. It continues with number 8, St. Mary's.
Right.
We have them on the schedule as well. They're 3-1. Now, currently, they're trailing Williamstown 14-0, so we'll have to see how that goes. Number 5, Willing Central trailing Fort Fry, Ohio, 20-0. Greenbrier West, the number 10 team in single A, 7-0 over Meadowbridge. Madonna, 14-0 over Trinity. Number 12, Moorfield, bouncing back after last week's loss to South Harrison, and they are up on Berkeley Springs, Double-A School, 28-0. Number 13, Webster County is trailing Tyler Consolidated 32-19. Number 14, the South Harrison Hawks here, 22-0 at halftime. So, Hawks in that conversation, right?
I mean, they're in the playoff seedings at the moment. So, and I think we looking like a win tonight and some points. And again, opportunities abound for them going down the stretch to get a lot of points and possibly make it to the playoffs.
Oh, I'm trying to. I just got a text. Horns down. Horns down. Mountaineers 28-24, and the Mountaineer mic drop.
And the what?
Mountaineer mic drop from one of our listeners.
Nice.
Saying horns down. What is there is that I don't want to describe the first picture.
Okay, you're afraid.
But what is happening with the horn?
I really don't know. I've never seen anything like that.
No, look at the horn. Just
Oh, yes, we cannot describe the nature of that.
Oh, well, anyway.
Use your imagination, though.
This listener, by the way, says Mountaineers 28-24.
All right.
And, hey, listen, we hope you are right.
Yeah, we're rooting for you to be right. We've got to do our part and pick against them.
Absolutely. Okay, so we are going to take a look at a couple scores from teams around our area. Bridgeport leading North Marion 21-14. That score in the second quarter. Lewis County on top of Robert C. Byrd 7-0. Robert C. Byrd, such high expectations coming into the season. They're 3-2 and out of the top 16.
They're very banged up. A lot of injuries. The quarterback's been out. He was out last week for the Bridgeport game. The top running back went out in the second quarter. Jeremiah King, I think, I don't know if he's back tonight or not. They had a really talented receiver and just athlete on their team who was playing backup quarterback at the time. He got hurt. He just came back. He got hurt. So they've had a lot of injuries. That's a young team that I do expect to make some noise in the next coming years. They were hoping to do more this year, but just injuries and just, I think, still maybe a year away.
Yeah. Tom tells that story for sure. Tom also telling this story here. South Harrison on top, 22-0 at the half. Take a break. We shall return and get the second half kicked off here. Stay tuned. Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lou and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning. Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School. We're back here live in Pine Grove. 22-0 is the score as the Hawks are set to start this second half with the football, Danny. They have the football to start.
They deferred. They won the toss, deferred, waited for the second half. They're going to reap the benefits of that right now, getting the football. And I tell you, if they can go down the field here and get a touchdown, go up 28-30-0, that would really, really make it difficult for Valley Wetzel to make a comeback here tonight.
If you're Coach Miller, what did you say to the Lumberjacks at halftime?
Wow, that's usually pretty. There wasn't a lot positive for them in the first half, and from what I see, I don't think they have it. I don't think they have. It's just not a good matchup for them. I don't think they have the team to be able to win this game. So I'm sure he just told them, like, listen, guys, that was a bad call. We should only be down 2 touchdowns. Let's get out here and get the ball back, get a score. We'll be right back in the game.
Just trying to pull on anything.
Positive. Just try to make up some kind of positive.
The Hawks set to get it here. Number 36 for the Lumberjacks. And I don't have his name or number on the roster. The kick is up. It's a low kick. And Johnny Smith falls on top of it. I don't think he realized that he was going to be on the hands team there, but he is all fired up and good for him.
Yeah, he's very fired up, maybe relieved. He should be. It was an onside kick. It was kicked very hard, and it hit his hands, kind of bounced down, but he jumped right on it. Really nice job by the Hawk return team.
Talk about field position. They're going to start at their own 49-yard line. Try to keep things rolling here in the second half. Snap back to Robinson. Hand off to Jacob Haddix, who's running hard. He's going to get about 5 on the play. Haddix struggled through the first part of the season, but we really over the last 2 games, we've seen him emerge more as a threat for the Hawks. And if you think about it, with Robinson and McFadden graduating after this season, I imagine that Haddix's number is going to be called a lot more.
No question about that. Interesting, McFadden not on the field here for these first couple plays in the second half.
Snap back, hand off to Haddix. Haddix running hard. Down to about the 45-yard line of the Lumberjacks. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 4.
Same place. McFadden not on the field. They're running the same place, still successful, and that just goes back to the offensive line. They're the ones up front doing the work, making the holes, and Haddix right now reaping the benefits of that. And big 3rd down here, though. Hopefully they can get it and keep the chains rolling.
Preston Peck back out there on the field, done a wonderful job last week. Hand off to Haddix, has a 1st down and more. Down to about the 35-yard line of the Lumberjacks. And as you stated, Danny, having the same results, kudos to the offensive line, making the way for Jacob Haddix. McFadden runs back out onto the field.
Nice 3 runs there by Haddix. Really good job by him. Great job by the offensive line. Good 1st down. Just continuing to see what we saw for the entire first half, and that's the Hawk offense moving the football.
1st down and 10 from the 35. Robinson, hand off to McFadden. McFadden goes to go up the middle, bounces to the outside. Flag is thrown. He will have a 1st down unless it comes back. I'm assuming that's going to happen.
Yeah, they're signaling holding on South Harrison. The funny thing about that is he threw, I look out there.
Opposite side of the play.
Yeah, there was a Valley Wetzel guy pinning one of our players on the ground, literally had him pinned on the ground. I'm like, how you gonna call that on us? But they obviously it was at another place. But
Danny, has there been a foul called on you lately? Or something.
Has there been a foul?
Oh, call.
Because do I seem a little bitter with these?
Yes, you do. Honestly,
I feel like we've been up here before in basketball, and there's been a concerted effort by these officials. And I will come back to it if you want to bring it up.
Snap back to Robinson, rolls out, passes it up the field. It goes through the hands of Caden Ryan. After that penalty, they were facing 1st down and 20. All right, so yes, I remember. In basketball, it was interesting. We would jump out the big leads, and then the next thing you know, calls would kind of change the game. Yeah. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but I feel like there was a couple years ago we came up here, and they, I think it was with Cam. And like the first 3 plays down, they get fouls on King. Like there was they knew if they had any chance, they had to get him in foul trouble, and they did. And the more I look at that official, I think it's the same guy. I do, and it's very irritating.
Man. Second down and 20. Daddy all fired up. Pass out to Caden Ryan. Going to gain only about 3 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and very long for the Hawks.
And I should say this. I mean, we're having a little bit of fun with it. So listen, I would never want to be an official. It's a very, very difficult job. And we can say whatever we want to about the officiating, and I do think they are trying to keep this game close. But I think the worst call of the night was the one that we got a touchdown on, probably. So, I mean, that actually was to our benefit because I think that was probably an incomplete pass. So we can't complain too much.
You're talking about the defensive touchdown.
Yes.
3rd down and 18 from the 43. Snap back. Robinson will pass. Unloads way up the field. Caden Ryan was wide open, just overthrown there. And do you go for it here? I'm assuming you do. I mean, why not?
Yeah, why not? 22-0. I'm watching Robinson on these last couple of plays. Receivers have been open. He's missed them. But what he needs, he just needs a little bit more patience. I thought both times if he holds the ball for another, second and then hits the receiver, I think he can complete those passes. That's just a matter of the more they do it, the better. Because the protection's been good. There's not been anyone in his face.
Looks like they're going to punt it. Thomas Check is on the field. They will. Almost blocked. Takes a hop at the 5. And I believe into the end zone, I can't tell.
No, we got it at about the 2 or 3 yard line. We dove on it.
Awesome.
Caden Ryan.
Awesome. I couldn't see. There's a wall in my way.
There is. I got you.
Thank you.
I got you.
Thank you.
If that happens, I'll just immediately just take over the play-by-play.
Sounds
as
great.
soon as you stop, I'll just go.
You should do
for
that.
it. I'll try.
Yeah.
I'll try to remember.
You should do that.
That's how many times this season has he put the ball inside the 5 yard line?
I mean,
multiple times.
You know what's funny is I heard some of volleyball practice the other day, and they were kind of goofing around. I'm trying to get them reined back in, and they're like, "Coach, I'm the next Joshua Thomas Check." Yeah, and I thought, that's pretty neat. I just thought, there was no discussion about it, but I just thought to myself, his abilities are standing out to the student body, and he's a freshman.
He's only a freshman, but he has really represented himself very well as a punter. He's made some tremendous catches on the snaps, first off, and then his punts have been very good under pressure a lot of the times, and he's had multiple down inside the 5 yard line. The one game he had, 2 in a row down at the 1? And
he did.
Coffin corner down there.
He did. While we were talking, Valley Wetzel ran a play, gained about 4. Dallison ran it up the middle. It's 2nd down and 6 from their own 6. Dallison running hard again. Gains a couple, and again, the angle is so poor here, it's very difficult to see. Looks like he's up to about the 10-yard line, which would bring up 3rd down and about 3 on the play. You really want to get a first down here, right?
They've got to.
Their punts they've struggled.
They've struggled with snaps, and we've had a long punt return already, although I think they caught it back on a penalty. Surprise, surprise. But they if they're going to make this game competitive at all, they've got to get some first downs here, and they got to put some points on the board soon.
3rd down and 3 from the 10. I don't think they're going to get it. I don't think they gained anything.
No.
So it's going to bring up 4th down and some big-time trouble here for the Lumberjacks, as they're going to be forced to punt it away.
I tell you what, if you don't take a bathroom break right now because they're punting, because something crazy could happen here with snaps and blocks and all kinds of stuff, as you already mentioned. So wait till after this play to take a bathroom break.
The junior punter, Gavin Streets, gets it out of the end zone. It's actually a pretty good punt. Takes a bounce right around the 35, takes a roll up over the 40 to about the 43, and that's where it will come to a rest. And the Hawks will start their drive right there. 22-0 is the score here. 6:40 to go in this third quarter.
Halfway through the third quarter already, which is surprising. About as surprising as we're about halfway through this football season, being Game 5. It's went fast.
Cooler evening here in Pine Grove. Really, it's been cooler all day. We mentioned how hot it was or has been, and that's no surprise to all of you listening. You have lived it as well. 1st and 10 from the 42. Hand off to McFadden. McFadden dancing a little bit, and it's going to be brought down there by number 59, Hunter Wood. And a gain of about 3 brings up, we'll give him 2, 2nd down and 8.
What we've not seen out of that formation and that play with the bread and butter play tonight has been a play-action pass. I think right now on 2nd down in Valley Wetzel territory would be a perfect opportunity to do a little play-action pass off of that formation and that play.
2nd down and 8 from the 40. Robinson going to keep it. Gets to the outside. He's got a 1st down to the 20, cuts it back to the inside, and is knocked out of bounds.
Knocked out of bounds there, tackled by Valley Wetzel. I was a little slow. I see you're looking at me with disappointed eyes. I'm sorry. I thought there was a face mask there. You think they called it?
I can't see. I don't have any idea.
Well, I did see it. Huh. They got an injured player on the field for Valley Wetzel.
While they're attending to the injured player, we will take a quick timeout. The Hawks driving. 22-0 is the score. 5:53 to go here in the third quarter. Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School. Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lou and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning. Back here to the action. 22-0 is the score. 5:53 to go. 1st and 10 from the 18. Here come the Hawks. Hand off to McFadden. Just straight up the middle. I'll go for a 2-point conversion attempt. McFadden back out there. He'll line up at quarterback. Snap back. McFadden will just run and get in. So the score here will be 30-0 in Pine Grove. Got some information, Danny, from someone in the know that we were talking about Joshua Thomaschek and what a great job he's done, and I did not know this. I was unaware of this, but I guess it does paint a pretty good picture. He's being coached by Matt McCullough, and he's a former WVU punter and Class AAA All-State punter from Parkersburg, Big Red.
Nice.
And, of course, he also played under Don Nealon and 1 year under Rich Rodriguez. So that explains his success as a freshman. He really is standing out as one of the better punters we've seen.
Definitely. I mean, we don't always talk about that position, but he's really stood out to us this season. He's doing a really good job, so the coaching is definitely paying off.
Hawks back out there to kick it away. Caden Ryan lines up, kicks it short, and it's caught there by number 74, Wyatt Dallison, and be down right around the 45, 46-yard line of the Lumberjacks. Does it feel like the second half's going slower than the first?
It does. I'm not sure why. In other words, I'm not sure if it really is or if that's just our perception.
I do not know. First and 10, Satterfield gets the snap, bulldozing his way into South Harrison territory as he gets over the 50 down to the 49. And it'll be a gain of about 4, or a long 4, almost 5. We'll call it 5. You good with that?
I am. Actually, it is taking longer. If I think back, I said it was a 15-minute first quarter, and we've been in this for 15 minutes, and there's still 4 minutes to go in the quarter. So it is taking longer. Nobody cares, but, hey.
We care.
It's a fact.
2nd and 5 from the South Harrison 49. Satterfield. It's running hard. Back to the line of scrimmage. It's about all he'll get.
He had to do a lot of work just to get that 1 yard, did he not? I mean, like he was
did.
bobbing and weaving in the backfield. There was the South Harrison defenders in the backfield. He made a couple nice moves just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
He did a lot, right. He did a lot of moving only to meet number 53, Jason Lassamar, who brings him down for the Hawks. So 3rd down and 5. Hear the South Harrison student section over there. Snap back. This time to Gavin Streets. He's got some room. He's tackled low by number 3, Jacob Haddix. Gets down near the 45-yard line and brings up 4th down and about 2. You're going for it now, right? You're down 30-0.
Absolutely. In South Harrison territory, not very far, but you're still there. I expect to see Dallison on this play.
Was the South Harrison student section just chanting horns down?
They absolutely were.
That's awesome. Handoff to Dallison. He's hit immediately by number 31, Zach Hogsett, and then he gets more help from number 75, Trey Waller, and 53, Jason Lassamar. And the Lumberjacks will turn it over on downs. And I don't know why, but I almost called them the Wildcats. I don't know why. It almost came out of my.
Yeah, I could see it. I said I expected to see Dallison. I was right, but so didn't the South Harrison defense, the South Harrison fans, the Valley Wetzel fans, everybody in Pine Grove, and so he didn't get it.
Thank you for that very dramatic, descriptive response.
It was very, very predictable, and it didn't work.
1st and 10 for the Hawks from their own 46. And it looks like a delay of game. False start.
Well, the other officials giving them a timeout, so there's a lot going on here. The officials are not on the same page.
I was just kind of watching the interactions between the officials. One, as you said, threw a flag. The other gave a timeout. Timeout it is indeed.
I feel like they're up there going, man, is he – they're saying, do you feel like this second half's taking a lot longer than the first?
Yes,
right,
indeed.
Yeah, man. As a matter of fact, because the first quarter took about 15 minutes. Hey, I tell you what, now we've mentioned it, but that South Harrison student section is doing a tremendous job. I mean, we literally, we are on the other side of the field in a booth, and we can hear them, and they are really making their presence felt here tonight. And I think that's a help. And I think going down the line and the season, it could make an impact.
Yeah, I guess the Pep Club, and I don't have any official information, but from what I heard, they are going to have the opportunity to travel with the Hawks now. So that would be amazing. Snap back to McFadden, handoff to Haddix. Haddix will be stopped by multiple Lumberjack defenders. Loss on the play will bring up second down. And about 12 back at the 44.
Are there some backup offensive linemen in on there? It looks like maybe some different players on the line for the Hawks side. I could be wrong. I
think you are.
Well, it just didn't look like the same line that time because the Lumberjacks were like right across the line of scrimmage immediately.
Fumble. Not sure what happened. Did you see the exchange?
A little bit of a high snap. He wasn't able to handle it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Recovered by
McFadden able to fall down on top of it. But, the Hawks they've been pretty much flawless the entire night. And everyone's kind of, let me just be honest, everyone's kind of getting sleepy, aside from the South Harrison student section. Everyone's kind of getting sleepy here. And maybe that's, impacting the players as well.
Possible.
Snap back. Robinson will pass. 3rd down and 18 from their own 38. He tucks it. He's going to run. He's at midfield and knocked out of bounds at about the 47. It's not enough for the first down, but it is within 2 or 3 yards. We'll see where the spot is. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. The student body of South Harrison calling for another touchdown.
This would be a perfect place to fake a punt. I don't think they'll do it. They don't really need to up 30-0, but this would be a perfect time to do it.
Thomas Check on to punt it away. Looks like there's some confusion, but here comes the snap. Good snap. Thomas Check puts it up. It's a very good punt. Takes a hop and a Valley Wetzel roll in, through, and out the back of the end zone. That brings the third quarter to a close. South Harrison leading 30-0. Fourth quarter right around the corner. Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School. Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lew and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning. The Valley Wetzel cheerleaders singing a Maroon 5 song.
Yes, they are.
Entertaining the crowd.
Yeah, nice job.
All right, Valley Wetzel going to try to get something going here. They're still running players onto the field, play clock under 10. Gavin Street's in at quarterback. Gets a snap and runs. Where's he been all night? Gets up to the 30-yard line. That'll be near a first down. It is actually a first down. And I know you talk about the streets kids.
Yeah.
Tremendous athletes. We've seen them on the basketball court.
Yep. Definitely know that name. And he looks to be another fine athlete as well.
One run, first down. Satterfield back at the quarterback position. He'll run it. He's got some room. He's up over the 35, still on his feet, pushing. Still on his feet. He's up to about the 40. It may be enough for another first down. Now, Jason Lassimar comes up with the football, but I think they're going to say his progress was stopped. And it is another first down for the Lumberjacks. So,
what? It looked like he was like even where they were spotting the ball looked like a yard short. And my favorite official came up pointing the first down. I'm just saying. That was weird. If it wasn't 30-0, I think that.
How would you be responding right now if it was?
I'd be probably throwing things.
Really?
Screaming, yelling, breaking the glass.
Okay.
You asked.
I did. Snap back to Streets. And Zach Hogshead, what a nice job of wrapping him up on his ankles, dragging him down. Wouldn't let go.
He would not. Very, very good tackle. Great job again by the defense. You got to figure this defense out there right now still playing with a lot of enthusiasm. They want to keep that 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, before you started on the official again, they were 2 runs, 2 first downs. I looked over, and Coach Hathaway was not a happy camper. He really gave it to the defense, and that was a loss on that play. Second down and 11 from the 39. Snap back. Streets will run. It'll be a loss. In there on the tackle again, it hogs it, and number 12, Preston Peck.
They're not blocking Hogshead. They're not. I mean, he's coming from his linebacker position. He's just run blitzing right through the line of scrimmage, virtually untouched the last couple plays. And really, I feel like his name's been called on about every play here defensively tonight. Just doing a really nice job from one of the inside linebacker positions. But he's too quick. They're not getting a hat on him at all.
Third down and 12 from the 38. Satterfield rolls. He's going to pass. It's caught by number 36. And again, I do not have his name on the roster. He's near midfield. It looks like he's going to be about a yard short, except the spot is going to be very generous here, Danny. It's about to happen. Watch it. Maybe not.
Well, this guy's going to come up and say first down. Surprised.
It's going to be about a half the length of a football short. So we call it fourth down and 1. Ball right at midfield. Snap back. Satterfield will run.
Guess who?
He's hit in the backfield really hard by number 31, Zachary Hogshead. Sack indeed, brought down, and that'll turn it over to the Hawks.
I mean, he's just literally blitzing right through the line of scrimmage like he's not being touched. And just his quickness it's caused problems for them all night. I mean, he is shooting the gaps, getting in the backfield, and making the tackle. He's really been disruptive defensively tonight, and he's had a good season as well.
So the Hawks will take back over here. And it looks like we're going to have some fresh faces on the field for the Hawks offensively. Number 1, Caden Davis out there for the Hawks at quarterback. Snap back. Hand off to number 33, Parker Bunch. His brother Hunter injured last week, and I had the opportunity to go down and see him while they were in Morgantown, and he's doing okay. He's doing okay. He had surgery on his arm, as most of the Hawk community knows, and he's on his way to recovery. Second down and 9. Davis hands it off again to Parker Bunch, who got stopped initially and then gets to the outside. He's running really, really hard. Tremendous run, gain of about 8, and he's near the first down marker.
Great run by Parker Bunch. He's early in the season when he had some time, he did a really good job running the ball as well. So you talk about future players that are going to see more touches. I think he'll be one of them. He's done a really nice job this season whenever he's been given the opportunity.
Well, and you and I know him well. The kid just has a motor.
Just goes hard every single play.
So it's going to be third down and 2, ball setting right at the 40-yard line, under 7 to go. I think it's pretty safe to say the Hawks are going to up their record to 3-2 this evening. That'll get Coach Underwood above 500. Handoff again to Bunch. Running hard, trying to get the first down. I think he's going to get it, and that's just pure effort and heart right there. He refused to go down, and that's going to move the chains.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to stop moving those legs, and that really is what got him the first down those last couple yards that he needed.
Ball placed at the 37-yard line. The Hawks milking the clock, of course. Davis gets the snap. Handoff there to the freshman, Michael Radcliffe, number 45, able to get ahead for about 3. Brings up second down and 7 from the 35.
It sets up a big game next week. We started talking about it earlier. Ritchie County. Boy, if you can get a win there, you move to 4-2. You get a lot of points from them. I think then you really start talking playoffs seriously. This team has really established themselves so far this year. Next week is where you kind of take that next step if you can get that win.
High snap goes over Davis's head. He tries to fall on top of it. And look who is able to come up with it. 33 Parker Bunch, able to scoop the football up around about 4 Valley Wetzel Lumberjack players.
At least 4. It just came running out of nowhere, diving in there just with reckless abandon, getting that. That's a hustle play. I mean,
It
is.
is.
It's 30-0. Who really? I mean, it'd be easy to be like, I'm not sticking my nose in there right now because we're up 30-0. But no, I mean that's not how he does.
No.
And we haven't seen that from it. We see all the Hawk players playing with that kind of heart, but definitely Parker. That's who he is.
Parker will not quit. That is for sure. Well, that's going to back him up a long ways. Third down and 27 now, all the way back at the Lumberjack 45. Snap back. Davis looks to run it himself, and he's going to be brought down inside the 40, and that'll bring Thomas Check back out as he'll punt it away for the Hawks.
It's almost like, he does such a nice job with the punts, and it's kind of like, oh, cool, we get to see him punt again.
Absolutely.
Right now. You know what I mean?
Serious,
especially 30-0. I mean, you kind of want to see, you don't mind seeing it.
He does a tremendous job, no doubt about it. Absent from this year's team is Anthony Colombo, the kicker for the Hawks over the last couple years. And, of course, he's He's on the soccer team, enjoying a good season. Tomaszek punts it away. And it'll come to rest about the Lumberjack 33-yard line.
Yeah, I actually said earlier, that usually you don't hear a lot or talk a lot about a punter. Actually, we did a lot with Colombo. He was a very, very good punter and a very good kicker. And when we kind of came out and saw that he wasn't playing, that was a loss, I thought, for this team. But Tomaszek has really come in and just really filled that role very well and done a very nice job.
He has indeed. 3:01 to go here in the third quarter. It's 30-0. The Hawks on top here. Rolling tonight. Everything really seems to be coming together for them. It's perfect timing as well. And, Danny, we talked about it. We felt like if they could get through those first two games, they really had a chance. It's proven to be true. Snap back to Gavin Streets. He's just going to run it. He's got some room, a lot of room. Jacob Haddock's able to drag him down at the 45, but not before he gains 12 and picks up a first down.
Right now that the Hawks on the sidelines that have been part of that defense that are kind of resting right now, they're pulling for these other younger guys and some of the reserves. And it's not all reserves. There's still a lot of the starters out there to hold on and get this shutout. They want it.
Come the Lumberjacks again, 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Good opportunity for these younger players. Nicholas Hess and number 12, Preston Peck on that tackle. Gain of about 5, ball right at midfield. Second down. Snap back. Streets has it. He also has a first down. He'll be tackled by number 1, Caden Davis.
Davis doing a nice job. They're really trying to strip the football away as well. But you talked about Streets earlier. Really, he's made some nice plays in the running game. Looks like a really nice athlete. I would think they should probably use him a little bit more earlier.
1st and 10 from the 45. Streets gets it again. He'll run it, trying to get to the outside. And I don't know who that was, but a tremendous defensive play there by the Hawks. I think it was
34. I think it was Hess.
I thought it was. Yeah, it was. Good call. Where's that 33?
It was one of those two.
It's Parker Bunch.
Not surprising.
It was Parker Bunch. Satterfield looks to pass. Pressure on the quarterback again. Nice job this time putting pressure on the quarterback with number 65, Ethan Kelly. And it was enough to force a bad pass that turned into an incompletion. Third down.
Under 30 seconds. The intrigue right now is whether the Hawks can hold on to this shutout.
Stay tuned long enough for us to pick a player of the game for both teams. Good game, guys. 29 seconds to go. Streets will try to run it out. He does, has a first down still on his feet, and may get into the end zone.
Tackled right at the 1. It looked like he was going to get in, but they were able to pull him out of bounds. No.
I leave it up to you.
No, he did not get in the end zone. Like I'm looking at it. They tackled him outside. On the outside of that pylon. He totally did not get in. I don't know how they called that a touchdown.
Did he stretch the ball?
No.
I can't see. I see a wall, so I can't.
It was the call on the field is touchdown. My call is no touchdown out at the 1 yard line. It looked like to me it was definitely going to be a touchdown, and then at the last second they yanked him out of bounds. Like, seriously, I don't think he got inside of the end zone. Bad call. Not surprising.
So bitter tonight.
Bitter. This sounded so bitter.
The extra point attempt
Yes,
is no good. So 30-6 is the score. They're able to get into the end zone.
I'm telling you, he did not get in the end zone.
Well, officially he did. Now
did.
we can
It's on. There's 6 points on the scoreboard.
we can fight about it, but he's in. Right? I mean,
I know what I saw.
and I have there's nothing I can say to argue with you
Really isn't.
because I couldn't see.
Right. If you could see, you would be agreeing with me. There's no doubt. Like, I was getting ready to call it a touchdown, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, they got him down. I mean, like, he went outside the pylon. And I know you can stick the ball out and all that stuff, but he didn't have a chance to do that.
I don't know. I mean,
Doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't take away. I just know this, like, from a defensive standpoint, you want that goose egg. You want the 0 up there. You like 30-0 better than 30-6. You just do. It's very frustrating to give that up there. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't take away. Great performance tonight by the defense, by the offense, special teams. Good overall team win.
but on the upside, they're able to get some youth on the field, get some experience.
Absolutely.
That only helps moving forward. Kick away into the hands of the Hawks, through the hands of Zach Hogsett, and back into the hands of Caden Ryan. And I'm assuming we're going to see a victory formation here. And that'll be that.
Halfway through the season. Wow. I just feel like we're just getting started.
I don't know.
They're going to take a timeout to get whatever players are trying to get in the game here at the end. They're taking a timeout to put them out there.
I see. Well, I just chatted 30-6 Hawks final, and there's still 12 seconds left.
Yeah,
You think we can call that a final?
I think you can. But I mean, so do you call? Okay, but now listen. If you call a timeout
Okay.
to get your kids on the field,
Okay.
you got to run a play. You
think-
can't just take a knee. Like, if you're putting them in, if you want them in that bad, and I'm not disagreeing with it at all. These kids practice, they want to play, then go ahead and run a play. So it could, something else hypothetically could happen.
Do you want to know what play I think they're going to run? They're going to take a knee.
Okay. I think they're going to run an off tackle.
They're going to take a knee. Let's see who's right. I think you might be right.
Well, we'll see.
Well, you're right.
Well, I just felt like this. I mean, I think they should have just come out and took the knee, which I'm not being critical. The coaching staff's done a great job. They want to get the players in. But if you're going to take the timeout, I mean, it's almost would not be right to your players. Hey, timeout, we want to put you on the field so you can take a knee.
Yeah.
So good job. It is what it is. 30-6, big win for the Hawks.
Big win. We'll be back in just a second to talk about it. 30-6 is the final here in Pine Grove. The Hawks move the record to 3-2. Stay tuned. Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lou and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning. Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School. The final here, 30-6, the Hawks able to move the record to 3-2, get above 500, and coming into tonight's contest, hey, thank you. Coming into tonight's contest, the Hawks were ranked 14th, so they're in the playoff picture. Just keep winning, and it sets up a big game next week.
Yeah, 3 wins in a row. They're one of the hottest teams in Single A. Ritchie County coming to town. To Gary Barnett Field, a very, very difficult place to play to try to come in and win, and we'll see what happens. That would be a big.
Coach Hayhurst joins us here in the.
Yeah,
Hey, nice job.
That's who we're laughing at. He's just funny.
Well, he was telling us that. They the coaches cook-off thing we do before the game.
Yes, that's true.
And he was telling us that they're going to start naming everything after a snake because of
theme.
Coach Dawson's rattlesnake stew. I have to say,
still so
yeah.
hard to say.
Well, I noticed when he told us he said snoo.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
I missed it.
I didn't because it's so difficult to say. And so apparently next week is python pork steak.
Yes, sounds good. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It's Coach Hayhurst. At first, I was a little bit nervous about his cooking, but I've heard good things. When he talks about his cooking, he exudes confidence.
He does.
And now I'm looking forward to it.
I've tasted his cooking.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's good. Well, I can't wait.
And then
we'll see if he can advance.
I guess after the python pork steaks, the following week is, or the following meal is Thai pan tacos.
Oh.
Sounds interesting, right?
It does. Tacos. Can't go wrong with tacos, can you?
No, you can't. Well, anyway, so
we're like daydreaming of the food next week.
Okay, so I'm probably going to break some more rules this week, but I've got a very creative player of the game, but you're going to pick Valley Wetzel.
I am, and it's going to be Mr. Streets. I feel like they really didn't have much going on all night offensively. He sparked them. He had the big plays. He did have the
only touchdown.
Called touchdown late in the game.
Okay.
So Streets coming from a family of athletes.
Absolutely. Now, if you don't like this, I want you to say so.
Okay.
Okay, like if this is a rule, like if I'm going to set a precedent that I shouldn't set, I want you to say something.
Okay.
You've got to help me be restrained here. Are you ready?
Yes.
This week's player of the game. The South Harrison student body that took a bus, came up the road, and brought some excitement to Pine Grove.
Okay. No, I don't have a problem
You like
with that.
that?
I do. I think that, honestly, they really did stand out, and I think they did have an impact on the game, and I think it's hard. It's really hard. There was everyone played well for the South Harrison team, been tough to pick, so I like that.
You like that?
Way to go. Good call.
Thank you so much.
If I didn't like it, I would have told you.
I know you would have. That's why I said I want you to tell me.
Yep.
Because I knew that you would tell me if you didn't like.
No, keep going.
Someone would get told. I would get told that you didn't.
Do you know what's happening in the other rooms?
I have absolutely no idea. And I'm trying to talk so that I just want to keep talking that way that I can be distracted by whatever it is. Yes.
Loud and scary.
It is scary.
Loud noises.
Yes. I don't know if I don't know.
I hope everybody's okay, I guess.
Yes, that's really what we're hoping for. We don't want any injuries
in the press box.
Or on the field or in the press box or anywhere. That's not what we're about.
We are not. But speaking of injuries, we said we'd like to see them come in, get a win, leave injury-free.
Absolutely.
It appears as though they have done that, healthy. And I don't want to overstate it, but I just think it sets up a showdown next week in Lost Creek.
It does.
With Ritchie County. And really what is the biggest game of Coach Underwood's career. Would you agree?
Thus far, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Hands
it
down.
really is, because this is a chance. This is a game where they can step to the we're starting to whisper playoffs.
Yeah.
They win that game, you are legit talking playoffs,
Yeah.
and you take the next step.
We talked when you start, and it's still very early, but I mean, just me thinking about what I know about the playoff ranking system. We had talked at the beginning of the season that you probably have to finish with this schedule. You have to finish 7-3. Now there are some things that, in my opinion, we didn't know. Like we didn't know Tigers Valley was going to be number 4 in the state and be 5-0, and maybe undefeated when we play them, and maybe get those bonus points. And we didn't know about Moorfield and get those bonus points. We didn't know about Ritchie. We knew about Doddridge, but we really didn't know about Ritchie. So there's those unknowns, but we thought 7-3. I think with a win over Ritchie and you get all those points, you could finish 6-4 and probably get in.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we definitely didn't foresee that at the beginning of the season, but I do think with the way the schedule has unfolded and the teams that have won, I think 6-4 definitely has you
there
in or
close,
very, very close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, and they're out there now. It's not to just, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but to overlook. That's it.
Oh, no.
The rest of the teams on the schedule. You think about, you've still got St. Mary's out there, obviously Ritchie. You've still got Tigers Valley out there.
I mean, these could be wins. They could be losses.
Yeah, they
could. I think we're looking at a very, very tough and competitive schedule down the stretch, tougher than we thought. But this is a South Harrison team that is further along than we anticipated as well at this point.
And I think that's what's so exciting for me is when we think ahead to next week is honestly how much improved this football team is from week 1 against the Doddridge County team. They showed signs of really good things, and we even talked about it. If you go back and listen to that podcast, you hear us talking about how much improved they were from the year previous. I don't know. It sets up a showdown in Lost Creek, and you're right. It's a tough place to play. I guarantee you the Hawk fans are going to be out. It's going to be a crazy atmosphere, and try to get Rick Hott's Rebels.
And you got to think that the Ritchie County will bring some fans as well as they're doing this season. We're not that far away from each other. I think that it'll be a great atmosphere, and I think now that we're seeing the student pep section, is that what you call it?
Pep Club.
The pep club. That's it. Emerging as a factor. You got to think that gains momentum next week at home.
Absolutely.
So looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up here. We've got a long drive headed back to Lost Creek, but we want to thank you for being a part of Hawk Nation once again. We're halfway through. That's crazy. Halfway through the regular season, and of course, we are talking playoffs, and that's always a positive thing. And one more thing, Danny, if you think about what a nice way to start your coaching career, year number 2, getting the playoffs, especially after winning one game last year.
Oh, it would be big if if they are somehow able to pull that off and get into the playoffs. I think that really it says a lot.
Yeah. So keep everyone healthy and just keep working. I think the Hawks are getting better each and every week. That's obvious. That's obvious by their play on the field. All right, we're off and running. Thanks for being here with us. For Danny Knight, I'm Tom Sears. Have a wonderful weekend. Again, the final here, 30-6. South Harrison moves to 3-2 on the year. Have a great weekend, and God bless.